It's Sunday morning and I'm here doing the stuff I have to do after I release a video, especially if it has only actually if it has a website article that goes with it. I have to index the thing and do all the stuff and put it on the front page and all that, good stuff that takes so much time. I just released those 2 videos on making that lawn furniture. One was sponsored by DeWalt, which is another story that I may get into sometime, but not today. It was my intention to make both of those projects in the same video, but I was finding it was taking longer than I expected to build the chair, so I made that one project and the table another project, and I split them up on different channels like that. I thought that'd be interesting. Of the 2 videos, I like the table video more, mainly because I was able to relax a bit more. I was under a lot of pressure on that chair video, mainly because I was battling the weather. I mean, I did the filming on that, wow, over a month ago. And the weather was not good. I mean, you're talking, the snow had just melted off the ground when I started doing that. There was a little bit of green in the grass, but that's it. And rain, it was raining every day, and then I had to try to squeeze this in. And then there was the wind I was battling and all that stuff, and it really made it a nightmare. So I'm glad that those are finished. That's a load off, actually. That was really hanging up my schedule. I don't like meeting deadlines anymore. I spent my time in construction meeting deadlines, and I always work best under pressure. And I think at this point in my life, I'm burned out on that stuff. I don't want any more pressure, but it's still there. What are you going to do? Maybe what I should do is not do any more of those types of things, the sponsored type things. So I get offers all the time, and I turn them down mostly. There's one I have in front of me now that I'm considering. Part of it is the money's good, okay? And in relationship to how much work you have to do, the money is really good, because on the face of it, it doesn't look like you're doing a whole lot of work to get this money. But the problem is then it really puts pressure on, you to put out videos that, this type of thing will work on. And I don't want to do that. I want to put out the videos that I want to put out. I want to make the projects that I want to make whenever I want to make them. Like I have every intention of finishing this stuff this morning, if I can get away from the camera again, and going up in my shop for the rest of the day. I want to spend the rest of the day out there. I'm going to work on a couple of projects that I've been putting off and putting off and putting off while I did the lawn furniture stuff, and just, spend the day out there and enjoy doing that. Because I got to be honest, I spent the entire week before this working on, the videos were already done and already uploaded. I was working on the plans that go with them, and I was working on the build articles and the sales page for the plans, all that other stuff that, appears magically on the day the thing is released, and as a mountain of work goes into it beforehand. It's not just a mountain of work, it's the checking and checking and checking and rechecking and rechecking and looking at it over and over again. So it kind of gets to wear you down a little bit. Anyway, the topic of this video was not me moaning about, the work that I have to do. Oh, poor pitiful me, how hard it is to do this dream job. This is what a lot of people call this, a dream job, where you make your living from YouTube. And I can assure you, it looks like that from the outside, but you know what? It looks, and it is that for the first while when you're doing it, but it doesn't wind up being that way. because there are so many things that you have to keep up on just to stay up where you need to be to make a good living from this. And I'm not even claiming to make a good living from it, but you know, to keep the bills paid and all that. And I'm the type that I don't want to go out hunting for sponsors and all this stuff to make extra money to pay for this stuff, you know. What I think will happen if I do that, that's the easy money, the way I look at it, and it will compromise the quality of the work that I do from then on out, because I'll just do stuff to make that money, and I won't bother with, you know, slogging away for months on end to make a plan that I sell for next to nothing on my website. Why would I, when I can make, you know, X amount of dollars in a few minutes? And, you know, it would take a year to make that on a plan. So that's the way I look at things, though. You know, I'm always for the hard way. You know, if I would make the perfect Jedi Knight, I think, because I never want to take the easy way. You know, I always want to do it the fucking hardest way you can imagine. That's the way I want to do it. Not really, though. I don't want to do everything the hardest way. It's just I don't want to compromise. See, I didn't start this to. How can I put this so it won't sound pretentious or whatever? I know a lot of people have the notion that you can start a YouTube channel and make a living from it after a while because you're going to gain enough popularity to pick up sponsors. And I never even considered that in the beginning. Of course, that was not even a consideration. That wasn't even a possibility when I started. You know, like, there were no sponsors, not for the little guy anyway. There was nobody wanted to advertise on YouTube directly like that. Like, it was just, you know, the AdSense revenue that you would get from the ads that play before and underneath the video on the page there. And, you know, that's pretty much, you know, pennies, you could say. But I was good with that because my needs are not many. I've never been greedy about money. I could never understand the caper movie where you've got, say, 5 guys going in to rob a, you know, big pile of gold or something like that. And I'm thinking of this because I just watched The Italian Job a little while ago. Anyway, so they robbed the gold, and it's like $37 million worth of gold. And then the one guy double crosses the rest of them to take all the gold. Like, what the fuck are you doing with $37 million worth of gold for yourself? Why not, you know, what's wrong with 5 million? Isn't 5 million enough? I mean, seriously. So that's it. I was never really greedy about money, and I couldn't understand the need to be. I make enough, and that's good enough with me. This other stuff, if I was to do it, it would be more money than I actually need. So my question comes back, why do I do it? Why would I put myself through this stress and, you know, the possibility of compromising what I'm trying to do here? So, I don't know. I'm thinking things over. I don't want to say definitively that I'm not going to be doing any more sponsored stuff. Okay, I took a little sip of my coffee here to clear the cobwebs from my throat, which I get if I talk too much. And I'm going to reset here because I went off on a little bit of a rant there that I'm probably going to cut out of the video altogether. Because I don't want to get too heavy in these things, okay? Well, I want to keep them light. I don't want any controversy in this. I'll save the controversy for the push stick videos and the blade height videos, which is incredible. I don't know how this happens. I know how it happens, actually. It's a phenomenon where you make a video and you make the thumbnail of it attractive to a certain percentage of the viewers. And if they see it in the recommended feed on the side there, they'll click on it because they're attracted to the thumbnail. They see the thumbnail and they say, oh, what's that about? I gotta go look at that. And it's like the moth to that flame type thing. And then when they get on the video and they find that it's some old prick like me just rambling on about, you know, how great I am and all this, they get upset. So to get back on track, the blade height fallacy video, I made that more or less in response to not just a comment I got on the video, but I've heard this a few times actually from different places, and people, like I said in the video, they take it as true or you know, as something that they should be doing. And I can't disagree with it more. Keep the blade down. See, when it comes to safety comments in my normal videos where I'm doing a project, I just usually just delete those comments altogether because they have no place in the context of what's going on in the video. Safety has nothing to do with the project that I'm doing. What has to do with the projects are the build details of the project itself, not how safe people think I'm operating the tools. That has no bearing on what the project is. So I delete those comments almost all the time. This is an exception though, because I'm making a video about safety, so comment away and I won't delete it. A lot of people say that that kind of thing is censorship. I love coffee. But that's not censorship, that's moderation. You have to clean up your channel. I get really annoyed when I go and I watch a video made by someone else and I go and I look through the comments and I see a bunch of insulting crap left there by people that don't have a clue, are completely clueless, and the owner of the video is responding to them or leaving them there. I clean up all that shit. It's the same thing as if, you know, some dickhead came in off the street into your living room and took a big dump right in the middle of the floor. You're not going to leave it there. You're not going to stand there and talk to it, are you? You're going to throw that fucker out, first of all, and you're going to, or if you're, you know, if you're really good at it, you can make him clean that up and then throw him out. But you're not going to leave the mountain of, you know, shit on the floor there to fester and for other people to come in and look at. You're going to clean it up. And that's what you do here on YouTube. You clean up the shit after someone leaves it. And that is not censorship. You know, that's cleanup. All right? So anyway, I'm going to break it off here because what invariably happens whenever I start doing one of these things, I get wound up and I start going off on a tangent, on a wild rant, and I don't need to do that this morning because, you know what? I'm very fucking zen-like after completing this major undertaking of doing the lawn furniture. So I want to just finish this and relax. My, you know, my definition of relaxation is to just go out in the workshop and try a few things and not worry about other crap.